I'm Dave Palumbo, founder of Species Nutrition. I created Species Nutrition with one mission in mind: to provide bodybuilders and serious athletes with no-nonsense supplements that work and are backed by science. From my earliest bodybuilding days, I believed in only putting the best in my body, and that lives on in the Species Nutrition line of products. We use only top-of-the-line formulations dosed for maximum results and the best flavoring systems available. I put my name and reputation on every bottle of Species Nutrition products. If you want to be your absolute best, join the evolution. Dave Palumbo here with an RX Muscle rant. Today's topic, I hate getting involved in these YouTube wars, but everyone's been asking me to make a comment about Greg Doucette versus Jeff Cavaliere. So let me just explain what's going on here, just for those of you who might not have been following, because the people who follow my channel don't usually follow the gossip, but some of you guys do. Jeff Cavaliere is this athletic trainer. He's also a physical therapist. And he used to work with the New York Mets as the assistant strength coach there. He started his own YouTube channel a number of years ago, and he basically teaches people how to work out. And the videos are really good. They're very descriptive. For me, they're boring because I know how to train already. But if you want to learn how to train, there's a lot of good information on this channel. And by token, he's got 10 million subscribers. And so the guy takes a lot of time explaining different nuances of training. He's in really good shape. You could look at his face. You can tell he's sucked out. This guy diets. He eats well. He takes care of himself. He's not huge, but he's and this is not him right here, but he's not huge, but he's ripped. And he looks really good. And so I watched a couple of his videos, and I've seen him, and I'm like, I wish I had the time to do videos like that, but they're really good because they're very instructional, and he breaks things down really easily, and you might not agree with everything he says, but a lot of the information is really good on there. So, of course, because he's so popular, people love to try to take shots at very popular people out there. That's just the nature of the beast, right? So there's a controversy that's come up that everyone's been addressing lately. Is Jeff Cavaliere using fake weights in these videos? Now, the obvious answer would be, who the freak cares? And Greg Doucette did a video on that, basically stating that, who cares if the guy's using fake weights or not, because he's teaching people how to work out. It doesn't matter if he's using fake weights, because you know what? If you're doing things in a slow, controlled manner, trying to show people, then does it really matter if the weights are fake? The movements and the information you're giving is real. But then Greg Doucette did a video recently because he got angry because supposedly Cavaliere said, hey, look, I'm doing a 500-pound deadlift or something like that. And I guess a lot of people have been doing analysis of his weights, and they think that he's using these fake plates that, instead of weighing 45 pounds, each plate they weigh, 10 pounds or 7 pounds, or, they have different, you can go online and literally buy fake weights. They have websites where you can put them in, and they're props basically for movies. I used a lot of them back in the day whenever I would shoot with Iron Man magazine. They always used fake prop plates. When I shot with Chris Lund at Flex magazine, he only used real weights. So if you see anything with Flex magazine, those weights are always real. Per Bernal used real weights too. But some of the photographers use the fake weights because you don't want to get hurt while you're doing these demonstrations. And let's face it, when you're taking pictures, you want to look like you're lifting a lot of weight. So I don't know why, if Jeff uses them. I don't know if he uses them. I don't see why he would use them. But I don't think that Jeff is trying to portray himself, as being a monster lifter or a power lifter or a strong man. I don't even see why there's even controversy. If the guy uses fake weights, who cares? If he said, hey, look, I'm doing a 400-pound deadlift and they're fake, who gives a crap? No one's watching his channel to be impressed with how much this guy lifts. He's obviously in really good shape, and he's not a weakling, and he's in his 40s. The guy takes impeccable care of himself. I don't know why everyone has to jump on the fake weight bandwagon. It's ridiculous. Nick over at Nick's Strength and Power did a whole video, trying to, break down and I'm surprised they didn't do a molecular analysis of his weights using, wavelight, refraction, technologies to see off the videos to see if they're real. Who cares? Who cares? Watch his channel, if you want to learn how to work out. If you don't, and you want to see people lift big weights, don't watch his channel. That's not what he's about. And Doucette pretty much said all that. That was pretty, I want to give him credit for that. He did a video and he said, who gives a crap, in his Gilbert Gottfried delivery. And I don't know if he likes when I say that or not, but that's his delivery. Who cares if the weights are fake? It doesn't really matter. That's his shtick. People it's entertaining to watch. It's a little annoying after a while, but I get it. That's his shtick, okay? But then I guess at the end of the video where he was basically, talking about the weights, he said that, he felt that Jeff was not natural. I guess Jeff portrays himself as being natural, and Greg felt that maybe he was on HRT because he looked too good, and, just because he's the same age as him, and so this blew up, and I don't know why Jeff Cavaliere responded so aggressively to this, because usually he ignores everyone. He decided to put out a statement to Greg Doucette saying, look, I'll fly into my facility here, you can drug test me, okay? And if I fail the drug test, and I won't even notice, you can come tomorrow if you want. And if I fail the drug test, guess what? I will give you $1 million and I will delete my channel. He said, but if you lose, I want you to delete your channel. Now, Doucette went on, one of his rants, to kind of negate that whole thing, basically saying, I'm Canadian. How am I going to fly there's a no-fly. How am I going to fly from Canada all the way out to California? And what am I going to test you with? What do I carry around, drug testing equipment? So, anyway, Lance Armstrong beat the test for how many years? How am I going to know if you just are beating the test or not? So, he went on one of those rants, which is fun. I found it very humorous, even though it's ridiculous. And I got to say, why Greg would even point out, he's saying I don't need to call anyone out. I only call them out if I see something bullshit. Why he would even, even go after this guy and say he's not natural or he is not. I'm so sick of the not natty argument. Look at the guy. The guy is not that big. Look at him. He's very, very, very lean. And you could see it in his face, and that's because he diets. That's not because he's taking steroids. Steroids don't burn fat, okay? The guy eats well. He takes his supplements, obviously. He doesn't have an enormous amount of muscle, but he has a nice shape, and he's well fit. I think that was an insult that Greg kind of threw at him, because it was kind of almost like negating all the hard work he did, and I think that's why Cavaliere responded so aggressively, because he's like, I'm sure he's thinking to himself, here I am, I'm busting my butt, okay, to look this good, and this guy is throwing, and to me, I would have just said, hey, that's a super compliment. You can never defend yourself against all the mob mentality out there. If someone wants to come after you and hate on you because you're doing very well and you're very successful, it's stupid to even go after it. You might as well just dismiss it and let it go over. Let people say. Michael Hearn's been dismissing it for 20 years. He's been dismissing people saying he's not natural, and it just makes him more popular. Obviously, Jeff doesn't have 20-inch arms. He doesn't look, he's not jacked out of his mind. He's just in really good shape. So I think it unnerved him a little bit. He should have just ignored Greg, to be honest with you. Greg, obviously, his shtick is find people's weaknesses, point it out, make a video about it, and a lot of people will come and watch it. And that's his channel, okay? In a nutshell, in addition to the good information he does give. But, a good part of his, subscriber base are people who like to hear whine about this guy or that guy because would you look at the guy? I mean, that's his thing. So I understand what both channels do, but I think that Jeff is more of a pure, here's information. That's all I do. So, Jeff, just don't worry about what everyone else is saying. It doesn't matter. You're putting out a good channel with good information. Your fans don't care. They don't care if your weights are fake or not. They don't care if you take an HRT or not. And you know what the truth is? The information you're giving is not on getting big. It's on training. So leave the freaking guy alone. There's so many parasitic YouTube channels out there that they have no life of their own. They just suck off of the other popular channels, and that's how they produce their content. And, that's something I never wanted to do with RX Muscle. Will I respond if someone says something about me? Will I have a friendly debate like with Lane Norton? Sure, that's cool. But I'll get him on my show. I'm not just going to talk about him and try to bash him on my channel. If I want to debate someone, I'll get him on. Now, have I bashed people, gone after people? Sure. People who've gone after me, I've gone after them. But by and far, as I get older, I'm trying to stay more away from that, more being an information provider, more being a person that's providing original content. I don't need to suck off of everyone else's content to try to provide good content for myself. The only reason I'm addressing this is because so many people have contacted me wanting to know my opinion on it. Now, I could have given it on Ask Dave, but I felt it warranted its own video. Once again, we've had Greg Doucette on the show before. I like the guy. I'm actually pretty impressed with the amount of subscribers. He's only been on YouTube for 1 year. His subscriber base has gone through the roof, and he's got a good following. So good for him. Congratulations. He's making money. He deserves it. He puts a lot of time. Those videos don't take 10 minutes to do that he's doing. He does research. He edits stuff into the videos. So you know what? He deserves to make some money off of it. That's fine. But at the same time, he did take a shot at Cavaliere, and there was no really reason for that. It was basically just I don't think he really looks natural. You got to have evidence to do that, just like these guys with the plates, Who cares if his fucking plates are fake? It doesn't matter. Leave the freaking guy alone. If you don't like his channel, don't watch it. He's providing information on how to train. He's not saying he's setting records. He's not saying I'm the biggest guy out there. He's selling training advice, okay? And that's what he does really good. All right, guys, think about it before you start attacking other channels. If you want to create a YouTube channel, try to find original content. Be original. Be your own artist. Don't be a cover band, singing other people's music. I'm Dave Palumbo for another RX Muscle Rant.